Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of MTG Oracle with yours truly, Brandon. Today will be talking about some commander things that I've had come to my attention in the last bit. The story goes, I was in a play group on an online commander game using webcams and such, which is an amazing way to play Magic in my honest opinion, if you have a correct setup. Well, the story goes, I was playing about a power level 6 deck. This deck was my enchantress deck. It uses Estrid the Masked to generate massive amounts of value. It's a wonderful deck if you ever want to play a deck kind of like that. One of the people I was playing with said that my deck was a tier 8 deck. And I was just totally confused. What do you mean it's a tier 8 deck? And this individual said, because you tutored and you comboed. Now, this combo they were speaking of was a combination of Ethereal Armor, which I'll be showing on the screen here, and Enchanted Evening. Then I used my other card, which is Skybind, to blink all the creatures my opponents had. I then, one at a time, each turn, offed one of my opponents with this massive 50-50, I forget which creature, but it had First Strike, Lifelink, Flying, it had everything, you know? And it was a beautiful way to win the game. It was about turn 14, I believe. And they all told me that my deck was CEDH level. And I was completely confused. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is to discuss the power level of commander decks. I'm going to go down a list, and I'm going to give each of you a step-by-step guide of how to evaluate a commander deck, all the way from 1 to 10. Along the way, I will be showing you certain cards that may be used in these commander decks. And I hope you learned something, because honestly, I really want to teach everyone how to evaluate correctly, because just because a deck has tutors in it and a combo does not mean it's a tier 8 deck. Starting off, power level 1 is I just want to play some commander. Now, that's what everyone wants to do, right? Just play some commander, you know? But this I want to play commander isn't a specific commander you wish to play. Usually it's when those people, they grab the random legendary creature out of the binder and they shove a whole bunch of random jank stuff into a deck that has no synergy. We've all been there before. I'm not going to put a specific out, because the first few here are how things kind of start out as. There's nothing wrong with it, but we all grow in the end. Tier 2 is, I want to play this commander. That's when you grab out, let's say, Sidri, and you say, okay, I'm going to toss a whole bunch of artifacts into Sidri. Not artifacts that synergize with Sidri, but artifacts nonetheless. Tier 3 is when you grab that Sidri deck and you realize that Aetherflux Reservoir combos with her as long as you're at 51 life. You could infinitely kill all your opponents. Well, not infinitely, but, well, I guess it's kind of infinite, as there's no technical infinite in Magic the Gathering. You can shoot them for over 1 million damage, so that does the job usually. However, you also know that other cards that are large artifacts, like Spine of Ish... what was that card called? I will toss it up as soon as I find it. Apologies. As well as other cards, such as Gonti's Aetherheart. There's these big things that do crazy shenanigans. But your mana base kind of sucks. But you have these like 5 good cards that go swimmingly with your deck. So you toss them all in, you got a nice tier 3 deck. It wins occasionally, who cares though. Then there's tier 4. This is when you're starting to play where everyone else can play. It's when you have slightly better mana base, you get a couple Shocklands, a Command Tower, you have some Evolving Wilds in there, you're able to manage your mana base. As well, you have almost all the key cards you need for your archetype. Such as, for ++1 counters, you got Hardened Scales. Maybe you somehow, if it's within your budget, got a doubling season. You have such an amazing deck. The mana base is getting kind of tuned. Then you start getting into tier 5 and 6, around the same in my honest opinion. Where you have tutors as well, like Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Tutor, and other stuff kind of like that, that make your deck powerful. As well, around this level, you usually have 1 or 2 combos that aren't like, oh, I just win the game. It's, oh, if I assemble this combo, you guys already basically lost the game because it's so hard to assemble the combo. I had this happen in another game where I was playing Yarok, and they somehow allowed me to have Panharmonicon and Yarok on the battlefield at the same time. If you do that for longer than 3 turns, you lose the game. I ended up playing a Terastodon, blowing up almost all their lands, then soul bonded it onto Deadeye Navigator and a Peregrine Drake, and I just blew up all their lands. And why couldn't they attack me with the stuff? Well, it's because I gave everything indestructible and I board wiped. So they were out of the game, and I said, would you like me to just go through and kill you all? And then one of the people said, well, your deck is too powerful, you can't play with us. Where I argued that they allowed me to have Panharmonicon and Yarok on the battlefield at the same time for over 5 turns. See, that's not power level, that's just the other decks not running enough removal. Which I really want to stress, if you don't run at least a couple kill spells, a bunch of artifact destruction, so on and so forth, your deck isn't as powerful as it should be. But we'll be getting into that another time. Now going to tier 7. I have a deck. It's not here for fun, but I will win by doing this. And that's usually like, cast decks where you're just like, hey, I just draw my deck and I win. Demonic Consultation. Have a fun day. Or Omnath decks that I'm just gonna play a whole bunch of lands and kill everyone. Have a good day. Then you go into tier 8 decks, which are, I will win by doing this within X turns. That means within 5 turns, you're all gonna die unless you can stop my combo. You know exactly how your deck works. But then again, this is about CEDH level where you're really, really competitive. Tier 9, my deck will win on turn 2 no matter what. You just know. And then tier 10 is about the same thing, tier 9. My deck is going to win. And unless everyone teams up, my deck's just going to win. Nothing you guys can do about it. And honestly, that's just kind of how it goes. I just wanted to stress that this video isn't to... I'm not an authority on Commander. I'm just a player that enjoys the game. But please, guys, I want to help you guys build amazing Commander decks. No matter what jank Commander you want to play, I want to make sure you can play it well. And if you want to learn more about your Commanders, go to www.mtgoracle.com. I know, selfless plug right there. And we have many articles on it. As well, we have Commander Oracles, which is our YouTube series. You guys can watch those, and we play some great decks that are around tier 6 and 7. And they play some great games. And if you ever want to help out with MTG Oracle, please send a comment or a private message, and we will hook you up with something, because we need more writers, guys. And if you know what you're doing, I'd love to work with you. Please click on the affiliate links below and have a wonderful day and play some more Commander, everyone.